You can doubt the Chiefs. You can dislike the Chiefs. You can disrespect the Chiefs. But you're going to have to deal with the Chiefs. Super Bowl 58 champions. Chiefs 25, Niners 22. Mecole Hardman scores the game-winning touchdown in overtime. Holy cow. We're here to break this all down on the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Jace Andrews. And where do we start? I don't even know. Mahomes, 333 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Isaiah Pacheco, it holds true once again. When he has more than 15 carries, the Chiefs, well, they win a lot more than they lose. They're 11-2 this season when he has 15 carries or more. Travis Kelce, who had just 1 yard in the first half, finishes with 93 yards and 9 receptions, as he continues to show why he is one of the greatest performing postseason tight ends that we have ever seen. Credit to Brock Purdy. He played what I expected Brock Purdy to do. 255, a touchdown, played well. But it was Christian McCaffrey who continued to scare me all game long, and until the final sound of the Niners offense having to get that field goal instead of a touchdown, I was scared of Christian McCaffrey. 80 rushing yards, 80 receiving yards, 1 touchdown. He was by far the most important piece on that Niners offense. And in a lot of ways, the reason the Niners were really in control of this game for a majority of it. Now, Brandon Ayuk was the leading receiver, 3 receptions for 49 yards. But overall, you wouldn't really think that because, again, McCaffrey was just the man among children in this game in terms of just what he did. Now, at the same time, this Chiefs defense came up big in a lot of different ways. And overall, they deserve so much credit, and we will talk all about it, and the unsung heroes and everybody that deserves some praise in just a minute. But listen, we've been waiting for this all year. We've been talking about it all year. Super Bowl 58, the Chiefs were coming to Las Vegas, playing on the Raiders field. They got to win the championship. They are now champs. Let's spam it in the comment section. Spam champs in the comment section of this video. If you are a part of Chiefs Kingdom, then you're going down there. You're typing champs because, listen, you're a champ too. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce today helped make us all champs. I want you to go type it down in the comment section down below. I'd certainly appreciate it. Hey, why not do it? Because only the Chiefs can say they're the champs once again. Let's freaking go, man. Let's freaking go. I just cannot believe this has been an absolute amazing season. And overall, there's been ups and downs. The trade of Mecole Hardman that honestly didn't seem like much, but overall turned out to be an absolutely huge trade. And guess what? Now, the Chiefs look back at that and think, wow, how in the world do we pull this all off? The way they played, everything that they did, it just all slowly folded into together. And now we sit here and look back at the season. The drop problems they had. MVS's drop in the Eagles game. Kadarius Toney's miscues, who, by the way, he didn't play this game. It all didn't matter. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, they came together. They said, we're not going to lose this game. We're not going to do this. If you watch the first quarter, if you watch the first half, you know that the Chiefs, they didn't look great. The offense was struggling. At one point, the Niners offense had 123 yards, and the Chiefs had just 16. This game was a game of adversity. Every time the Chiefs were down and out, they battled back. They were able to secure their spot, again, in a dynasty form. Because guess what? They're a dynasty. You cannot deny it. You cannot doubt it. You cannot challenge it. The Chiefs are a dynasty. Back-to-back Super Bowls, the first time anybody has done that since Super Bowl Super Bowl in 2003 and 2004 with the New England Patriots. People want to compare Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady, the Chiefs and the Patriots. Listen, at this point, they're getting very close to one and the same. I know Patrick only has 3, but he's 28 years old. He's going to catch Brady at 7. He's got to, and I'm telling you, the best thing we have done all year is win this Super Bowl. And as always, one final time we get to do it because we have it, and it continues to be true. Sub for Chiefs Dubs. I'm telling you right now, this has never been more intuitive and more important than right here, right now. Go down there, hit that sub button because the coverage doesn't stop. I know you're sitting here thinking, Jace, the season's over. What are we going to do? We're going to have offseason coverage. Are the Chiefs going to sign back Chris Jones? Are they going to sign back L'Jarius Sneed? Patrick Mahomes is going to restructure his contract. How does that look? Guess what? We have you all covered right here on the Chiefs Report, and I don't want you to miss any of it because right here on the Chiefs Report, we're family. So sub for Chiefs Dubs. I certainly would appreciate it. And me and Sam are going to put on a show for you all off season long. Let's take a look at the Chiefs' offense here against the San Francisco 49ers. 325 yards in the air, 130 of it on the ground. 2 turnovers. Those were really big. Obviously, the interception to start the second half. And then the fumble by Isaiah Pacheco inside the 10-yard line. Those 2 plays really kind of changed the dynamic of this game. If those 2 plays do not happen, the Chiefs have a potential to go and win this game by a touchdown or more without overtime. Unfortunately, though, that's not what happened, but they still were able to get through it. Time of possession, you would think 30 minutes, oh, that's pretty good. Correct, but there was overtime that lasted almost the full 15 minutes of the first period. It wasn't going to matter, even if it ended, it didn't matter. The new overtime rules allowed the Chiefs to continue to keep going, but what a play call. The Hunter Renfrow-like play call, and Mahomes, he has a hat trick now. 3 Super Bowls, and he did it in spectacular fashion. Hey, I don't know about you, this just seems like destiny. Patrick Mahomes wins his 3rd Super Bowl, and he throws for 333 yards. It's just at this point, you can't deny the things that have happened and everything that has gone about it. And ultimately, Patrick Mahomes is sitting here at 28 years old, and people talking about, well, Brady didn't have wide receivers. Well, who did Patrick Mahomes have this year? Rashee Rice? Mecole Hardman? Who did he have? He didn't really have anybody, and yet this year he continued to be able to make plays when it mattered most. He continued to show that no matter who is on the field, he can make them an upper-tier player. Marquez Valdes-Scantling, who stunk this year, he stunk the entire season, dropped passes, a bunch of amazing and bad plays from him, and yet, guess what? In the postseason, he was huge. Scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl. He had a big catch to finish off the Ravens. He played amazing in a couple of different games, and I'm telling you right now, Mahomes deserves a ton of credit for what he did with this offense, because ultimately, I think that was the most important part of it, is just controlling and getting these guys to all rally around and say, hey, we have this. Telling you what, though, there's one guy that deserves a lot of credit as well. Travis Kelce makes Taylor Swift proud. 9 catches, 93 yards, 10 targets. He continues to show that he is one of, if not the best tight end in the postseason. Meanwhile, George Kittle was held silent, 1 catch for 4 yards. Travis Kelce played exceptional. And this all came after a 1-reception, 1-yard first half. You cannot sit here and tell me that Travis Kelce is not the GOAT tight end. Listen, this game was important, obviously, because you want to go out with a strong note. You want to win the Super Bowl. But ultimately, there's this. The dynasty with Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce are just continue to formulate. And funny enough, the guy who wasn't on the Chiefs to start the year, the guy who was on the Chiefs last year, though, Mecole Hardman, makes 2 incredible plays. One of them ultimately didn't matter. One of them was the game-winning touchdown. Obviously, that game-winning one, a Hunter Renfrow play, the Clemson National Championship, remember that? Same exact play, running right, Mahomes rolling that way, and just a little easy toss pass, touchdown. Can't make it much more simple than that. He also had a 52-yard catch that resulted after the Isaiah Pacheco fumble, unfortunately. Oh, well, it stinks. Obviously, it doesn't matter now because you won. I'd have looked at that play a long time if the Chiefs would have lost, but you didn't. It didn't matter. And now you get to sit here and look at Mecole Hardman and say, hey, you weren't even on the Chiefs this year, and you're a Super Bowl champ. And guess what? You're a Super Bowl champ as well. So get your Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl gear at chatsports.com/Super Bowl, because we got it all covered for you. Everything you want for this down in the comment section of today's video. It's going to be that pinned comment. Go get one. And I'm telling you, this hat is sick. This shirt is awesome. And hey, they got sizes in men's, women's, everything you can want. And if you don't like short sleeve, they got long sleeve. Amazing. This right here is what we've worked for all year. And now you get to rep it and go to work next week whenever you get the shirt as Super Bowl champs. Plus, this one may be my favorite. Home with the Chrome. Yeah, 2 years in a row, the Lombardi Trophy will reside in Kansas City, and I cannot wait to see that there again. Get your gear right now, right here, chatsports.com/Super Bowl. You're going to get your gear. I'm telling you, not going to miss out. It'll be the link in the comments and the description of this video. Go check it out right here, right now. I'm going to give credit where credit is due. Brock Purdy played respectable, but this is exactly the problem with Brock Purdy. He's not going to win you a football game. 255 yards, 23 for 38. He played exceptional for what he was expected to do. 1 touchdown, no interceptions, but ultimately Brock Purdy sits here, and I do not think he can win you a game. Did he play exactly how he should? Yes. Did he do anything wrong? No. But I think this is where we look at Brock Purdy and say, hey, can you win this game? Can you go down and win the game for the team when it matters most? Ultimately, Juwan Jennings had the same amount of touchdown passes as Brock Purdy. I don't know what to tell you. The key of this game was really just limiting Brock Purdy to what he is. A above-average quarterback that works really well with his amazing weapons that surround him. And he did that. Everybody around him was perfect. He had Christian McCaffrey, who played exceptional. McCaffrey, 80 rushing yards, 80 receiving yards. Overall, it was just the way this game went. It was the way that we were able to watch this dilute in front of us. And ultimately, it comes down to Christian McCaffrey was not the choice when they had the ball at 2nd and 4 or 3rd and 4. Chiefs stopped him on 2nd and 4. Juwan Jennings couldn't get the ball on 3rd and 4, and overtime, had to kick the field goal. But still, 80 rushing, 80 receiving, 1 touchdown. Christian McCaffrey is the best back in the National Football League. No one's denying that. And tonight he proved it because he put his heart on the line. And ultimately, they were just short, which stinks for them. But ultimately, you got to credit the Chiefs for doing that. I think that's where the credit goes to. And the leading tackler, nobody's surprised. Nobody really thinks anything different. Nick Bolton, 13 tackles, 5 solo, 1 tackle for loss, 2 QB hits. Once again, Nick Bolton, after he had the scoop and score in Super Bowl 57, plays a big part in today's game. And honestly, like I said in a lot of the previews we went through, a lot of the analysis we had here on the Chiefs Report, which is why you subscribe, by the way. We're putting out key analysis. I told you the linebacking core was going to be huge. But I told you that I knew Nick Bolton and Willie Gay were going to play well. There was 2 guys that I looked at and said, if they can play well, that flips the game on his head. One of them was Leo Chenal. And man, oh man, did he have the game of maybe his life. The second-year guy, 6 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 1 forced fumble, QB hit, not to mention a blocked extra point that really is the reason this game went to overtime. Leo Chenal played his heart out, and he deserves some credit. In this game, there's so many guys that just deserve credit where credit is due. Leo Chenal, Mecole Hardman, MVS for scoring a touchdown, George Karlaftis combining for a good sack. Mike Pennell coming out of here with Mike Danaher. You got Felix and Uduke Uzoma making a key tackle on Brock Purdy. There were so many names that we called out. This was a team win to the ultimate core. And that's exactly why the Chiefs are dynasty. You cannot sit here and say they're not, because ultimately, Brady did beat Mahomes. He did. But Brady won back-to-back in his career, and now Mahomes has 2. Mahomes has 3 Super Bowls. He's been to every AFC championship game since he's become the starter of the Kansas City Chiefs. This game was about the Super Bowl, but this game was also about the people of the NFL denying the Chiefs, saying they don't believe them, saying they're the underdog. And I will quote Patrick Mahomes when I say this. The Chiefs are never the underdog. And when you have Patrick Mahomes, and when you have Travis Kelce and Andy Reid, it does not matter who goes out on that field. It does not matter what happens on that field. You have a chance. And this game was the epitome of that, because ultimately there was multiple times the Chiefs were down and out, and Patrick Mahomes was able to lead them out of the gutters. Travis Kelce made some big plays. Justin Watson, again, unsung heroes. This game, as a Chiefs fan, was exactly what you want. And with that, I think there's only one way to finish out this show. If you're a die-hard Chiefs fan and you are exceptionally happy about this 25-22 final in Super Bowl 58, then spam KC as much as your heart desires in the comment section, because you deserve it. We deserve it. And Chiefs Kingdom, we are Super Bowl champions, man. We are Super Bowl champions. Spam KC in the comment section. The coverage doesn't stop here. The season may be over, but the coverage isn't. We've got everything from free agent targets to draft coverage to, is the Chiefs going to sign back Chris Jones, L'Jarius Sneed, Willie Gay, Leo Chenal, or Drew Tranquill? Who's coming back? Who's restructuring their contract? Is Mahomes going to take a pay cut next year to try and be back here? And as Travis Kelce said, the Chiefs have the chance to do something that hasn't been done in a while. Go 3 in a row. We'll have the coverage all offseason long, but Chiefs Kingdom, I appreciate you through the entire season hanging with me, and you are all real ones in my heart. Thank you for an amazing first season. Chiefs are Super Bowl champions. Peace out.